I will be the first to admit it. I am not an OG Pokemon fan. I did not grow up with Pokemon. I was not raised by Pokemon. My first ever Pokemon game was Diamond and Pearl. Brilliant Diamond and Pearl. So that explains how recent I am. And I am just sad that I didn't get to enjoy them sooner. That I wasn't into them sooner. You know, I did have a DS and all that. You know, a Game Boy growing up. So I could have played Pokemon, but I didn't. Today, we're going to be reacting to Jaiden animations. I attempted my first Pokemon Nuzlocke. I've always wanted to try a Nuzlocke. However, that seems like a streaming thing, you know? Who is my favorite Pokemon? Now, for my favorite Pokemon would be none other than God himself, Bidoof. I mean, just look at this specimen. It's the right amount of chunk, has a goofy looking face. He makes funny sounds, stubby little legs, and he's just adorable. We are Bidoof stands here.
Within the Pokemon community, there's a set of self-imposed rules you can add to the games to make them more challenging, called a Pokemon Nuzlocke. You can only catch the first Pokemon you run into per route. If a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you can't use it anymore. And you have to nickname your Pokemon to get more attached to them. That means if you aren't careful, you can technically lose a Pokemon game under those conditions.
Do y'all name y'all's Pokemon? I typically don't, unless it's like I really, really like it. Like, I named one of my Mews, Mochi.
I've wanted to do a Nuzlocke for the longest time. I've started a couple in the past, but never actually got to finish any because busy. But today's the day that all changes. I decided to make a video on my first full attempt at a Pokemon Ruby Nuzlocke. Let's see how it went. After breaking free from the back of the moving truck, my mom stopped
I've never
me
played
and
Ruby.
introducing myself to the neighbor Brendan. The kid that I always thought was a monkey said that he heard screaming up ahead. Professor Birch is getting mauled by a level 2 Poochyena, so I let his Torchic out and she scratches the crap out of it. He gifts me Torchic for rescuing him, and I name her Teriyaki, my first Pokemon.
That is such a
Walking
good
up the route
name,
more, I run into Brendan, who
Teriyaki.
challenges me to a battle, where Teriyaki proceeds to also scratch the crap out of his Mudkip. Good job, Teriyaki. You're 2 for 2. Doing great.
What is y'all's favorite starter?
Professor Birch gives me 5 Pokeballs, and the Nuzlocke has officially started. I walked back up to catch my first Pokemon and ran into a Zigzagoon. Alright, not the best, but I can work with this. You know, I think we're gonna have a really awesome adventure. Dude! So Teriyaki one-shotted Zigzagoon with a critical hit scratch, but whatever. Contain your murder a little bit, alright, guy? Route 102 is right around the corner, and that's where I was able to catch Corn the Seedot. Look at us, couple of friends ready to take on the Hoenn region together. After watching the weird kid Wally struggle to catch his first Pokemon, I continued on to Route 104 and found a little Tailo in the grass. Aggressive and screams and
what is it doing?
Oh yeah.
Why is it doing
I know
that?
Their name. In Petalburg Forest, a Team Magma grunt jumps some
After
random
her
professor,
bird.
so Ari and Teriyaki peck his eyes out. Oh, hello, Shroomish. I'm gonna name you Onion. I make it to Rustboro, and while getting ready to take on Roxanne's gym, Teriyaki kills another Zigzagoon I was about to catch. What's your problem with Zigzagoons, dude? But it turned out alright, because she also ended up evolving. Onion was able to destroy Roxanne with ease, and we got our first gym badge. Exiting the gym, we catch a glance that Team Magma is up to no good again. Something about the scorching earth or something. And this old man exclaims that they stole his Pico. Here's your dog. Also, you're coming with me. The man thanks me by turning me into his errand boy, and I arrive in Dewford to give a letter to Stephen. Alright, what do we got? Ugh.
Oh, wow.
Okay, chomps. After finding Steven, it was time to take on Brawly, the next gym leader. Ari's a stone-cold killer and easily earned MVP in that fight. Things were going well, 2 badges in, and the team is looking good. On my way to the next city, I caught a tentacle on the beach.
What?
Squidward. And after beating Team Magma and Brendan again in Slateport,
look at Shroomish. Shroomish, get that out of your mouth. I'm sorry, Onion.
It was time again to get ready for the gym battle with Watson. But as I was fighting some trainers, Chomps the Mawile got electrocuted a bit too hard and was killed.
Oh.
Jaiden, let's battle. I want to show you how strong I am. Okay. Ari, this is an electric gym. You're not allowed to fight in here, so you can just wait outside.
Jeez.
While battling the gym trainers, Onion evolved into Breloom, and together with Teriyaki, they were able to get another victory. Now we were riding high.
I have a shiny Breloom on Scarlet and Violet.
Main casualties. With our massive confidence, we decided to take on the Windstraight family's challenge of beating all their family members. I had Squidward out front to get him some experience, but we ran into some troubles with Grandma.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, it's gonna do a high jump kick. We can take him out, but I need a clean switch first.
No!
So I had to sacrifice Hushchild the Whismer, but honestly that was the safest move to ensure no one else died. Goodbye, Hushchild. You might be missed. While we were heading to Fall Arbor, fighting some trainers, Ari evolved. Oh, look at my big bird. Oh, look at you. Yeah. We were almost to town, but we had to get through the sooty grass on 113. Oh, jeez. Alright, Barf, get in there with the rest of them. I walked into Meteor Falls to see Team Aqua and Team Magma arguing about water and rocks. Can I go? So get over here, Zubat. They kept complaining and I had to go up the volcano they were blocking to fight Maxie, the Team Magma leader. That was a hard fight. Onion and Teriyaki were able to take out his Mightyena and Camerupt, but his Golbat hit hard. I ended up having to switch in Ari and double team up to win the battle.
Dude, double team span is so
but it
just
worked and
annoying.
On the way down the volcano, I ran into a match shop. Oh, hello there, Chad. What? You're a female? Did I stutter? We arrived in Lava Ridge Town and started
You are a
getting
Chad
to
no matter
gym.
what.
During that time, Squidward was almost killed by a Fury swiping Kecleon. Fury swipes. Oh my gosh, that does a lot of damage. Stop!
Oh my god. Dude, whenever it's like you who does like attacks like that have multiple chance to hit, it's like for you they only hit like 1 or twice, but for the AI they always hit like at least 3 times, and sometimes they hit all of them. It just sucks.
But when it came time to battle, he pulled his weight and more. Honestly, with the team, there wasn't much I could have done to Flannery's fire Pokemon, but Squidward came in clutch by learning Bubble Beam, and it was all over for her. Badge 4? Under our belt. Brendan met up with us outside the gym to give us goggles so we could walk in the sandstorms. I found a claw fossil, and Anorith was born. I didn't know what to name it, so my friend named him Gary. Now it was time for the 5th gym. After some training, Chad evolved into Machoke, and the team was leveled up. I started the battle with—
But she can't evolve it, right? Because she's playing by herself, and it evolves through trades. Aw, man, that sucks. Can't reach its full potential. Poor Chad.
With Ari, and after realizing I was in trouble—
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that doesn't do a lot of damage.
Oh my gosh.
I managed to squeak by with more double teams. Ari was barely able to take out the first slacking, so when the second, stronger one came out, I knew I had to use a different strategy. I brought out Onion to leech seed it and try and get more chip damage in, which worked, but he was also killed by Slacking's Facade, which I thought he could take. Chad was able to finish off the rest of the fight, but that was the first death that actually hurt.
Poor Onion.
I'm not crying. Someone's just chopping onions in here.
Oh my god.
But with every down,
no,
there's
don't
enough.
chop onion.
Corn stepped up and was ready to fill Onion's spot. While passing through Mauville again,
Corn, he looks like a little
Watson
anime
asked us to help him
protagonist.
turn off the city's generator, and while down there, I found a Magnemite. Do you want to come with? Okay. We kept on our way, catching Spurky the Electrike, and while fighting some trainers, Corn survived 2 very close calls. He took a Swords Dance boosted Fury Cutter by Mask, and a misclick from me, which resulted in him tanking a wing attack from a Tailo. No.
Oh, no.
Dude, Corn, I'm so sorry. You're such a trooper. Good news is Squidward evolved while training, so that's neat.
Oh my gosh, look at that face.
City, and this was a gym I was really nervous about. Not only did we not have a good team to take on a flying type gym, but Winona's Altaria is notorious for sweeping teams if she sets up too many dragon dances. I went to the grass to train up the team, and the worst happened. Corn was killed by pin missile from a Zigzagoon. Wait, no.
These damn Zigzagoons.
Stop, Corn.
They got their revenge on poor Corn.
Corn, no!
No.
You monster! How could you do this? Is this why you kept trying to kill all the Zigzagoons? I want to think that Corn sacrificed himself because he knew we were at too much of a disadvantage going into Winona's gym, and by opening up a space, we could get the type advantage we needed to stand a chance. With a heavy heart, I brought Zip Zap Zop the Magnemite to the team, and realized how much more grinding I was gonna have to do. I had to fight so many Merrills to get Zip Zap Zop on par with the rest of the team.
There was no XP share.
The move Thunderbolt can be used 15 times before it runs out, and I had to go back to the Pokemon Center almost 6 separate times to refill it, meaning Zip Zap Zop killed more than 80 Merrills.
This is horrifying. This is a crime scene we're looking at. Hey everyone, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe as your engagement helps me out a lot. Thank you for your time. Now, back to the video.
That were living in that lake. Winona led with Swellow, which Zip Zap Zop was able to take out, but she immediately brought out Altaria, which made me very scared because I know she's got Earthquake on that thing. I didn't have a clean switch, and I knew no one on the team could take 2 hits from this Cloud Bird, so I ultimately decided that I'd have to have Zip Zap Zop paralyze it in exchange for his death. Goodbye, Zip Zap Zop. You weren't here for long, but your efforts will not be in vain. Oh my god! Somehow Zip Zap Zop lived the earthquake on 2 HP like a mad lad.
What?
Corn must have been looking down on us for that one, because there was definitely a 90% chance Zip Zap Zop was supposed to die
just
there.
pulled through.
With that string of luck, I was able to switch Ari in for Zip Zap Zop to predict another earthquake, and started chipping away at the Altaria, which was not gonna be easy. She was already starting to stack up those dragon dances, which make her moves even more
little
powerful.
Dance. I love that.
And I was legitimately sweating. But with what little luck we had left, Winona got greedy and tried to get in that last dragon dance, and that's when Ari was able to swoop in and snipe that kill. If that Altaria would have decided to attack at any point, she would have one-shotted anyone and everyone on my team.
That is crazy.
Thank you, Corn. You shined your photosynthesis onto us. From there, I was able to heal up Zip Zap Zop and sweep the rest of her team. The 6th gym badge was ours.
No, that was rough.
Outside the Safari Zone, I found a Duskull I was able to catch. I tried to have Gary on the team since resurrecting him from the dirt, but he honestly has like no moves that do damage, so I decided to replace him with Sin. We arrived in Lily Cove and I tried fishing on the beach for a Pokemon, but Chad punched the Whalmer I reeled up too hard and killed it. We stormed Team Magma's base, and while trying to get the Master Ball they've got on the ground, an Electrode exploded and almost killed Chad, which was uncalled for. After beating their admin, they escaped into a submarine, and I went on to fight the next gym. Tate and Liza were the first double battle gym leaders, and I didn't realize until too late that I was just a tad underleveled for them. They don't have any more than 2 Pokemon, so I think we should be okay. 42?
42? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Sin and Zip Zap Zop made a good duo,
this is gonna
being
be
able
bad.
to confuse and paralyze them, but Solrock managed to get off a Sunny Day powered flamethrower in Zip Zap Zop's face,
He pushed him out of the way.
That really sucked. He put in so much work for the team and really carried us this far. The rest of this fight's for you, Zip Zap Zop. Squidward came out, and together with Sin, were able to finish off the duo, getting us our 7th gym badge.
That was cool.
Alright, Spurky, you're up.
Level 25.
I think I single-handedly wiped out the entire water Pokemon population between Zip Zap Zop and Spurky. I went to Shoal Cave and caught Blubby the Spiel, and went out to take on Maxie one last time. For some reason, I didn't learn my lesson when being underleveled for Tate and Liza, because I was even more underleveled for Maxie. Mightyena.
41.
It doesn't go down!
Oh,
This fight was rough. Chad was able to take out his Mightyena, but I resorted to Squidward when his Crobat came out, and luck wasn't on my side here, because Squidward was killed by a high
No!
The way Pokemon works is there's a small range of damage an attack can do. It's not actually the same all the time, and it's kind of based on chance. So even though it looked like Squidward could have lived 2 wing attacks, Maxie was able to get a low roll on the first one, and a high roll on the second, which was the death of Squidward. But it wasn't time to give up. We had to persevere. for Squidward. Ari came in and took out the Crobat and lived on 1 HP when hit by Cameron's
Ari
rock
is
slide.
a champ.
It was a tough battle, but we squeaked by. Barely. After that fight, I needed to take a step back and seriously grind up the team again. If we were just a bit more underleveled, we would have been murdered. Blubby joined the team and we got to work, eventually arriving in Sutopolis. Steven and the Sutopolis gym leader Wallace were there saying Groudon was in the cave because someone used the wrong orb and pissed him off. So I went in there, walked up to Groudon,
cool, man.
And master balled him immediately. There's no way I'm fighting Groudon. Now get in the box. While fighting Wallace, Spurky was able to take out his Luvdisc and Celio. Sin beat his Whiscash, and Chad finished off the Milotic.
Sin?
The team was perfect. And after obtaining our final gym badge, I knew we were ready for the Elite Four. We got through Victory Road. The Elite Four time. Tried to fight us for the last time, but he just needed to stop. We exited the cave, and there it was. The final challenge. Here we go. Sydney was up first, and honestly, he wasn't a challenge at all. Chad and Teriyaki were able to take care of his team with ease. Phoebe wasn't difficult either, with Sin and Blubby being MVPs. Glacio was a bit tougher. Teriyaki was able to take out her Glalie, and Spurky could handle her Celios.
Okay.
Her Walrein was the big problem. Walreins are thick, can tank a lot of hits, and can do a lot of damage. I would know, because I have one.
Blubby.
I brought out Chad and she was able to get in a good amount of damage, but she was ultimately killed by Blizzard.
No, not
Sin
Chad!
came out to try and confuse it, but it broke through the confusion and landed a Sheer Cold. Sheer Cold is a one-hit KO move. It has a 30% chance of hitting the target and will fail if the target Pokemon's level is higher than the user's. But even under all those conditions, it hit. And Sin was killed. Two great team members.
Right off the bat.
Down and out. Chad was with us for so long and pulled so much weight, and Sin got us through some really tough battles. Even with those losses, we were able to finish Glacia off and move on to the final Elite Four member, Drake. Drake's got a tough team, but we've got a Blubby, and she wanted revenge for her fallen comrades. She ice beamed every single one of Drake's Pokemon. Just a straight up massacre. And with that, it was on to the last battle.
Blubby sweep.
I was legitimately nervous. I led with Spurky to take out his Skarmory as quick as possible, and Blubby was able to take out his Claydol and Aggron, but then came his Metagross. This might be
Metagross is so cool, man. It's such a cool design.
So I needed to hinder it as much as I could before it started doing serious damage.
Look at that.
I knew his Metagross had Earthquake, which would definitely take out most of my team. So I had to have Spurky Kamikaze to get a paralysis off. Blubby came out again, and after a lot of hard work, finally beat the Metagross by spamming.
Let's go, Blubby.
Teriyaki was able to finish his Cradily, and his final Pokemon was Armaldo, Gary's final revenge for getting booted from the team. I brought out Blubby because Teriyaki was pretty weakened, and after realizing she gets two-shotted by him, I knew she was gonna have to die. So with a heavy heart, Blubby pulled off her last surf, getting Armaldo in the red, and was killed.
Dude, that
Teriyaki,
animation.
the Pokemon who's been with us from the start, who's seen her friends die in front of her, the OG, refused to let
the true anime protagonist.
Onion, Corn, Zip Zap Zop, Squidward, Chad, Sin, Spurky, Blubby. Their zeros and ones won't go down in vain. One good kick to the head, and we did it. We completed the Pokemon
Dang, she only has
Nuzlocke.
2 left.
Teriyaki and Ari were the only survivors, but the whole team put in a lot of work to get us to number 1.
Dude, this is
cheers
awesome.
To the
oh my
true
gosh.
Mad Lads.
Dude, that was actually like an actual, that could have been like written, you know, that's like a Pokemon story, you know. Somebody should write that, put that into a manga. That was amazing. The animations were so clean and so smooth. I love Jaiden animations, and I love Pokemon. It's just one of those things that I am grateful to be, you know, a fan of. And the only sad part is I can't experience it for the first time again, which sucks, because I remember first playing it, I was just so like mesmerized by everything. I was like, oh my god, this like the designs and everything, they were just so cool. But the only thing was, is I didn't know any matchups, but that was quickly learned. But it was so cool just being able to experience it for the first time. Pokemon is just one of those things that I think anybody can enjoy, really. I even got my mother to play Pokemon at one point. She played BDSP, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. She got to the grass gym, but she's mostly an Animal Crossing person. Anyway, the link to the original video will be down in the description below. Please do go check it out. Jaiden Animations makes some of the greatest stuff on YouTube. You know, the greatest animations and just the storytelling, and then just random stuff as well. They're just really good, you know. So if you haven't already, which I'm sure you probably have at some point, just go check out Jaiden Animations and go watch your stuff. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see next, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. But if you like content like this and would like to see more, consider liking and subscribing, as I really do appreciate it and it helps me out. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all later.